public service announcement that you just saw of the American Parkinson's Disease Association was actually done by a producer named Autumn McAlpin. She's a local Orange County resident, and she is here with me today.
Hi,
Autumn, thank you so much for coming. It is so fun to be here with you, and you did such a great job on that
Oh,
PSA.
thank you. Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about your career.
Well, it's funny, the PSA actually originated from here in Laguna Woods.
Awesome.
In many ways, I got my film career start here in Laguna. The community has always been so welcoming and supportive. And I made a short film here in 2013. We shot a scene here, and the residents were very involved, and I got to know Sheila Bialka and Jeannie and Larry Strauss really well, and they actually opened up a clubhouse here for a big screening, so we got to have many Laguna Woods Village residents come out. And then a year later, Larry Strauss, a long-term resident of Laguna, approached me about doing a national PSA campaign for the Parkinson's Disease Association, and I was so excited to be a part of it, and he very much produced it with me. I directed it, and as you can see, it's gotten a lot of national play, and it has resulted in a lot of fundraising dollars, which has been wonderful.
That is really wonderful, and there couldn't be a better cause.
Yes, yeah.
So you really kind of got your start here at Laguna Woods, is that right?
Well, in many ways. I mean, it was happenstance what led us here to film a scene here, but it worked out well with my first film. At the time I was in grad school at USC, and I had been screenwriting for many years, but was wanting to learn more about production, and we ended up here with the scene, and I got to meet this wonderful community, and ever since they've been a great support.
Well, that's wonderful. And speaking of production, I understand that you have done a big production with none other than Danny Glover, is that right?
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of Danny Glover. Tell me about this. Tell me about Danny Glover.
Well, so am I. Yes, we were so fortunate to be able to produce a film, a feature film starring Danny Glover and James Lafferty of One Tree Hill fame. And
awesome, so cute.
Yeah, the ladies loved him. Yeah, the film's actually been released. We filmed in 2014, and we took it out on the festival circuit last fall, 2015, and it won several awards at festivals. And then we were acquired for worldwide distribution with Mar Vista Entertainment.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Right in Orange County. This is so exciting.
Yes.
Okay, what's the title of the film?
It's called Waffle Street.
Okay.
And Waffle Street is the true story of a financier named Jimmy Adams, who worked in the finance world, and he was let go from his job when the market crashed in 2008 and 2009, and he wound up working as a waiter at a popular 24-hour diner. And there, a short order cook who happened to be an ex-con gave him hard lessons about life and finance and grits, and he ended up writing a memoir about his experience. And I met Jimmy a year later on a book panel, and was just really intrigued by the title of his story, and thought, that sounds like a film. And he said, many people say that. And so we went about optioning the script and working with him to develop the story, and it took many years, as films do, but we're very excited that the film has now been released and is available to audiences worldwide.
That is amazing. And I understand that we have a clip. Is that right? You brought a clip?
Yes,
okay.
We sure do. We have the
All right, let's watch.
What's wrong?
I got fired. I had everything. I got the car, I bought the house, worked my way up to vice president. I had just closed the biggest deal in this company's history. After this, they'd make me a partner.
We're gonna let you go, Jim.
It's gonna be better for all of us if you're not here.
Here's what we're gonna do, Jim. We're gonna put you to work in the warehouse, right? Look at his hand. Look at your son's hand.
I don't want to look at his hand.
Go ahead.
I know what his hand looks like.
He doesn't want to look at it.
It's like a woman's. Is that a manicure?
Well, I didn't know you had any other passions besides finance.
Sure I do. Plenty of things. Just need to find out what they are. I think I'd just like to try something else.
You ever do work like this before?
I have not, but I am a quick learner. Well, I could start by sweeping up.
Might as well put it back in your purse.
This is an attaché case. Thank you.
What can I get you?
Orange juice, white with cheese, and an application.
What do you mean, you want to work here?
Are you still hiring?
We're always hiring. It's my third time working here.
Are you joking?
It's a fresh start. It's a chance to clear my head and work with my hands.
Edward, this is Jim, our new server. Show him how we get it done around here.
I'm gonna throw a lot at you, Jimmy.
It's Jim. Only my parents call me Jimmy.
Well, consider me your waffle daddy.
Please tell me you're not trying to buy a Ferrari.
It's a franchising fee and down payment for a Papa's Chicken and Waffle.
Don't you have to work there a year or something?
1,000 hours.
I guess I'm trying to figure out why you're putting yourself through it.
Because it's honest, and it's the furthest thing from what I was doing.
It's endless hours and a mountain of stress.
This has a lot of potential.
Maybe it does, but We can't afford it.
Looks like you've been rolled hard and put away wet.
I believed everything you said. You let me sell my house.
Go get him. You know, I love grilling. I grill for free. That's how much I love it. What do you love so much that you would do it for free?
This ought to be good.
That looks so fun. I am so excited to see Waffle Street. And it is, how can we watch it again?
Okay, so it's available on demand right now. So
Okay.
you can find it on Amazon, iTunes, Google Play, DirecTV, Xfinity, Vudu. There's all these outlets.
Wherever
Right.
movies are sold.
Exactly, exactly. It will soon be available on DVD and Netflix.
Oh, that's fantastic. So let's get to the dirt. All right, so what was the most difficult part of working on a feature film?
Oh, wow. You know what people say is true. They say if you want to produce a film, don't get attached to anything that you're not willing to have a 7-year love affair with.
Uh-huh.
And luckily we got out in 5. You know, it only took us 5 years to get Waffle Street made, which is very par for course. People say that and it sounds so crazy, but it's true. It takes a long time to get a film made. And I'm learning, now I have several films in development, and I'm learning it's all about finding the timing. It's all about the magic component of getting all of the creative people together in the same sphere, and projects start to tell you when they're ready. And with Waffle Street, we had to go through a couple years of development where, you know, it would go out to a director or producer who was interested, and they'd sit on it, or, you know, something else would come out and they would think, oh, you know, I don't know if I'm that interested anymore. So eventually it got down to where I was getting frustrated at the time. I was in grad school for screenwriting, and I thought, you know, I have a production personality. I just want to learn how films get made. And so that's what led to making the film Shadow that we made with the scene here in 2013. And it was in learning what the production process is all about that I thought, you know, if we work hard enough, we can do this. And at that point, I went out and decided to really be a producer. And now I don't have a script that I don't want to not produce. You know, I want to produce everything I write now, because sometimes it's the person with the passion who gets it done. And I'm finding that to be true. So.
Well, that's so interesting. Like when I think about making a film, I feel like the producer has a secret S under her shirt and just superhero, you know? To me it seems impossible, because you've got, I mean, I've only been on a set a few times, but from what I can see, you've got crazy cameras everywhere, and you've got the actors, and you've got the makeup, and you've got the trailers, and you've got the craft food service, and you've got there's so much going on. So, and I understand you have 4 children as well.
Yes.
And so how do you maintain that level of balance? How do you do it all?
That's a great question, Amy. That I could ask you. You know, it's funny, a lot of my mom friends look at me like I'm crazy and say, why would you do that? And I truly feel any mother who has thrown a birthday party for 30 kids can produce a film if they're willing to throw that party 60 times in a row. Because really, it's all about just being organized and project management. You know, it's a lot of phone calls. It's a lot of making people happy. It's a lot of managing, you know, egos with tempers with problems. But luckily on Waffle Street, we didn't have much of that at all. Everyone was wonderful. Danny Glover was the consummate professional, as was James Lafferty and Julie Gonzalo, our other star. And they were all so wonderful to work with. You know, there were no divas on our set.
That is nice.
But it is the production mindset. I mean, it doesn't stop. When you're, you know, the 2 months you're in production, you're just start to finish, you wake up thinking, okay, what have we got to do? And it doesn't stop. It's very physical, laborious work, a lot of paperwork, but it's fun. It's fun.
That's great. Well, it is so impressive. So I want to ask you about what your next step is, but just to be able to know, we go to wafflestreet.com, wafflestreetmovie.com?
Wafflestreetmovie.com.
Wafflestreetmovie.com.
You can find a link to Jimmy's memoir as well as the film trailer.
So we can find out about the book as well as the movie there.
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
that's so great. Okay, so what do you have in the pipeline right now?
Yes, well, I'm very excited. I just locked in funding for the first feature I will actually be directing.
Wow.
So this is kind of my passion project. It's my thesis project from USC, and it's a film about a musician who gives up her career to raise children, and then her brother leaves his kid to pursue music. And it's about their lives intersecting and kind of the question, can you have it all? Can you balance art and obligation? And so we'll be shooting that this summer.
Wow.
And then I'm also producing another script that I wrote, which follows the true story of Native American brothers Lyle and Miles Thompson, who are kind of the biggest name in lacrosse right now. They broke a lot of records and have a really fascinating kind of underdog story about how they came to be who they are in lacrosse.
That's amazing. And you've got a musician mother, and you've got lacrosse brothers. You're running the gamut. This is so exciting. So congratulations on all of your success.
Thanks so much, Amy.
Thank you so much for being here.